back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So, fans are gagging Nicki Minaj, calling out Rihanna for allowing Cardi B to be on the Smurfs soundtrack, which we low-key previously discussed, but not calling up Nicki Minaj. Okay? A fan said Rihanna is producing the Smurf soundtrack. She really said, no, I want Cardi. Remember, Nicki Minaj had asked Riri to get on the Gag City Deluxe that never came out for Pink Friday 2. Nicki Minaj posted, I think this was last year, the full Gag City Deluxe ain't coming out until Queen Ree sends her vocals, pow, at Bad Girl Riri. Okay? Now, this was last year. And then also she had left like a comment rhyming and I guess doing a little rap under Bad Girl Riri's Instagram. Okay. But it looks like she has chosen Cardi B to be on the Smurfs soundtrack. They may not be on the same song now, but she is producing the Smurfs soundtrack, and she did ask Cardi B and other artists. Fans are blaming Nicki Minaj's comment about what she said about Megan trying to embody or be like Rihanna as to why Rihanna has distanced herself from Nicki Minaj.
But here's the thing. Rihanna is just known for, being herself. You get what you see. You see what you get what you see type of, vibe, right? I'm not talking about anything personally. I'm not talking about anything anyone spoke to me about. I'm saying that's what we know Ree as. So Rihanna never would milk something like that. Like, you could tell she couldn't wait to get that part of her life. Like, you could tell she couldn't wait to just try to move on with her life.
Ash Miracle.
You understand? And then people even bashed her for not dragging it out, not milking it. And she just, she was just like, yo, I was mad young. We were young. Like, I just want to move on with my life now, yo. You know why? Because Rihanna knows that she was a superstar with or without controversy. She's beautiful with or without controversy. She's loved with or without controversy. I'm sorry, sympathy.
So that's what Nicki Minaj said when she was going back and forth with Megan Thee Stallion after Piss Drop. That was last year. And, I think she dropped Bigfoot like that following Monday, and then she started dragging Megan Thee Stallion. But fans feel as though that's why Rihanna has distanced herself from Nicki. If you know, Nicki don't really publicly comment under Nicki Minaj's pics or whatever like Nicki Minaj does to Ree. They think it's because of that comment that she made. Well, that's not true though. Okay? I'm hearing Rihanna, she don't even mess with Megan like that. So she didn't really care that Nicki made that comment. What is keeping her distant from Nicki Minaj and showing public love all the time is Camel Face. Camel Face doesn't really want any artist signed to Devil Nation really communicating or working with Young Money like that. Mostly Champagne Thickums and Nicki Minaj, not really Wayne. He don't really have any major issues with Wayne, okay? But they're not really that close. So that's the main reason why Rihanna doesn't always publicly showcase love to Nicki. She don't have any issues, even though they fell out in the past. They made amends and they refound each other, even though during the hate train era, she was Team Cardi B and Remy because her and Nicki Minaj had issues. I already talked about that. But they're cool now. But Camel Face doesn't really want artists that are signed to Devil Nation really working with Nicki and Champagne Thickums. If you notice, Nicki don't work with DJ Khaled like she used to. Okay? And even Lil Uzi. His last album, not the last one, but the Pink Tape, not the last album that he dropped, which flopped, the Pink Tape, which I believe he dropped in 2023, Nicki almost wasn't going to be on that album. They did 2 collaborations, Endless Fashion and Everybody, and the labels refused to push them because they didn't want to push any record with Nicki Minaj. And J. Cole's blackballed, so, I got that tea on Patreon, so Camel Face don't push J. Cole no more. Now, people are dragging JT. I think she went to a Coach fashion show. People are dragging JT, saying that she will never live up to Cardi B when it comes to her fashion sense. People are saying that a lot of the female rappers don't have good fashion taste or don't have a good fashion stylist. The only one is Cardi B. Now, here's the thing. I'm never fully impressed with Cardi B's fashion sense like that. She has a good stylist, shout out to Colin, but I think it might be the botched BBL, but I'm never really impressed with her fashion sense. The only person that really impressed me like that is probably Zendaya. And low-key, during the Renaissance era, Queen Bee was killing it with the fashion. Okay, the Renaissance era was Queen Bee's best year in fashion. Let's be very clear. She has a good fashion stylist too. But Zendaya, nobody beats out Zendaya. Cardi B will never live up to what Zendaya, Rihanna has done for the culture, especially for black women in fashion. Now, moving on from that, Scratch Off got a Don Toliver collaboration. Wow. We might have to give Scratch Off her twos. We don't really talk about Don Toliver enough, but this song might be fire because I like Don Toliver, okay? So this might be a hit for Scratch Off. And if it is a hit, I will surely give Scratch Off her 6s, okay? Because I am no hater. So I will give her 6s and 2s if she is able to pull off a hit with Don Toliver. Now, moving on from that, all 3 of Scratch Off's albums have sold over 500,000 units in the U.S. 000 went gold. I think it's probably platinum now. Then her first album, Queen of the South, okay? So congratulations to Scratch Off. Out of all these albums, I think Sugar Honey Piss Tea probably was her best album, which is a good thing for Scratch Off because it's her latest album. So let me know how y'all feel about this, and if you guys are going to tune into her collaboration with Don Toliver. I definitely got to check it out because I'm a huge Don Toliver fan, so we definitely going to have to take a listen. Now, Gorilla Glue gags Megan yet again. Okay, Gorilla Glue will receive the Powerhouse Award at Billboard's 2025 Women in Music event, okay? And she was the hottest, female rapper in 2024, okay? I feel like men are tuning in more to Gorilla Glue and Sexy Red because they didn't send men to jail. That's one thing. A lot of black men don't like Megan because she sent her to jail. And then number 2, a lot of men gravitate to their raunchy music. Okay, so I definitely feel like, moving forward, Megan's gonna have a harder time selling music because of Gorilla Glue and Sexy Red, because a lot of men are choosing to listen to them over Megan and Cardi. Now, Shakira come to the front of the congregation. Unfortunately, I gotta give Miss Shakira Donkey of the Day. Reason being is because she has been exposed for copying Queen Bee's Renaissance tour stage setup. Okay? And she admit to copying Queen Bee. Shakira was asked a few months ago about her attending the Renaissance World Tour, and she said she was taking notes. Yeah, you can take notes, but did you have to steal her whole stage setup? Goodness gracious. Queen Bee, you better watch if she show up to the Cowboy Carter World Tour. You better watch her. Because I can see Shakira showing up in her cowboy boots and crop top and stealing more ideas, Queen Bee. So you better watch her. But also, Shakira fans are calling out Queen Bee saying that, okay, she might have copied your torch stage setup, but you've been copying Shakira for years, okay? And here are the receipts of her allegedly copying Shakira's dances, copying Shakira's hair, some of the things that she wears. So, who is in the wrong and who is in the right. Here's my thing about Queen B. Queen B does have a history of taking people's music, okay, or people's ideas, but she has evolved since then. I don't feel like she copies people anymore. I think a lot of people now are copying her. In the beginning of Queen B's solo career, she was copying artists, but she doesn't do that anymore. Now she has her own image, her own brand, so she doesn't copy the A. Marie's, the Shakiras anymore. Okay, she might steal a few people's songs, but that's about it. She doesn't copy people's stage setup or dancing, choreography, or anything like that. She has evolved as an artist. Now, Champagne Thickums is receiving Donkey of the Day too. Okay, Champagne Thickums posted a picture of Lucian Grange, daughter-in-law, Sophie Richie Grange. Okay, she is the daughter of Lionel Richie. Okay, the icon. And she married Elliot Grange, who is the CEO of Titanic Records and 10K Records. And the reason why I don't respect this, Champagne Thickums, is because it seems as though you've always got to come after women, okay? Your beef with Lucian Grange has nothing to do with Sophie or Elliot, okay? Stop it. The same thing you doing to what you did to Serena Williams, Megan Thee Stallion, even mention Nicki when you was beefing with Meek. You always gotta mention women when you beefing with men. But you need to direct that anger to Kung Fu Kenny and drop a diss record. I feel like you need to drop a diss record because you so damn bitter. You going after everybody else except the men that are taking you down. Why don't you outright diss Camel Face? Instead of outright dissing Camel Face, who you have issues with, you posted Solange and Rachel Roy on your Instagram. That was corny. That's not what real men do. See, when Kung Fu Kenny dissed you, he didn't have to mention Sophie, your baby mama, who was an escort and who was sleeping with a lot of rappers, including A$AP Rocky and Travis Scott. Okay, and then unfortunately, she trapped you. Okay, she didn't trap them. But with that being said, I feel like you got to come after the men. You can't be dissing women or throwing shots at women that are associated with the men you have issues with. That's corny. We can't respect that. You do that every time you got beef with somebody. You did it with Pusha T. You mentioned his fiance, Virginia. Okay? Kendrick Lamar, you mentioned Whitney. When you was beefing with Meek, you had to mention Nicki. That's corny. Step to them face to face and stop mentioning the women that they're involved with. Sophie Richie has nothing to do with your beef with Lucian Grange. Okay? She did not do nothing to you. You need to sit the F down. You're receiving Donkey of the Day for that. Now, Champagne Thickums is doing something that he has never done before. He is selling a digital album for his collaboration album with Party Next Door. Usually he just relies on streaming, okay? But he's doing a digital album, which is only $7.99. That's not a lot of money. For one album with two people on it is only $7.99. Man, he must be thirsty for themselves. But who do you think is going to go number one? Sabrina Carpenter or Champagne Thickums? I think Champagne Thickums is going to go number one. And his album with Party Next Door is more highly anticipated. Now, people were saying that Rihanna was crying when she was leaving court a few days ago. It doesn't look like she was crying. She do look sad, though. But it doesn't look like she was crying. She does look a little bit sad. But at the end of the day, she got to support her baby daddy, A$AP the colorist. So hopefully, he doesn't get any jail time for shooting A$AP Relly. Okay? Because he has 2 children. Now, moving on from that, Kung Fu Kenny's Damn Good Kid, Mad City are both challenging to re-enter the top 10 on Billboard's 200 album chart following his Super Bowl performance. And he didn't even perform anything from Good Kid, Mad City. So it looks like people that are probably new fans are going back into, the vault, going back into Kendrick Lamar's discography and seeing why he is the king of rap. Also, Kendrick Lamar is projected to occupy the top 3 on the Hot 100 and 5 total top 10 hits on next week's Hot 100. Not Like Us is supposed to be number 1. It really should be LATTO. The fact that y'all still streaming Not Like Us, some of y'all need to get slapped. Okay? And it's really no shade. LATTO should be going number 1. Next week is Valentine's Day. LATTO, which is going to be winning a Grammy in 2026, is a romantic type of record. Why wouldn't y'all get that to number 1? It just don't make no sense. I mean, Not Like Us, I get it. But at the end of the day, LATTO needs to be going number 1. Okay? TV Off is supposed to be at number 3. Squabble Up at number 5. And 30 for 30 with SZA is going to be at number 10. Okay? Which I don't even like 30 for 30, to be quite honest, like that. If we being quite honest, I really don't care for 30 for 30 like that. But y'all really got to stop hating on LATTO, and y'all need to stream LATTO so we can get it to number 1. Not Like Us was number 1 several times. It was number 1 for several weeks. We need to let go of the beef and move on to Valentine's Day. Moving on from that, it looks like Milagro is getting into more legal issues with Megan Thee Stallion. Fans are speculating that Megan was able to get a restraining order or something on Mob Radio. Milagro tweeted, "God bless every woman and man that went to the authorities for help for real threats they were facing and got turned away. It's disgusting what money and compromised people can do when egos go unchecked and accountability is an unwelcome friend. I'm watching the weaponizing of the courts and media, and you see it too. But since it's me, it's okay. My God is good. No matter what, amen." Okay, so it looks like Megan Thee Stallion is continuing to terrorize Milagro in court. I'm honestly not shocked. Megan got the backing. She got Devil Nation behind her. So, of course, she's able to pull strings with Desiree, Alex Sparrow, and Camel Face helping her. So Milagro shall know that. And like I said before, I think Megan's going to win this in court, just like Cardi B won against Tasha K. It's hard to beat these big celebrities when they got them big machine behind them. Except for Champagne Thickums. Champagne Thickums, he'll be losing to Universal in court or settling outside of court. He's not going to win that. But other than that, it's going to be very interesting. Now, it also was reported that Tyla and Sean Paul will be doing a remix for her song, Push to Start. Let me know how y'all feel about that. I'm not really crazy about Sean Paul being on a remix, only because this ain't 2010. But I think it might sound fire. I don't think it's going to help her on the charts, but the song is a good record. It's just not a hit record, but it's a good record. And Tyler needs to be focusing on putting out hit records, and good records too. Not just trash records, but hit records and good records if she wants to last long in the game. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.